The journey of the DieCast collector. In this video we will be showing you the journey that most DieCast collectors take to reach the ultimate stage of DieCast collecting. Chapter 1. How does it all start? In most of the cases, the DieCast collector is formed when they are still very young. You received for your Christmas or for your birthday a Bibirago or Welly DieCast model. These brands are for most collectors the first DieCast brand that they receive/own. This because these models are pretty cheap and not that bad in details for the price you pay on average. Bibirago and Welly focus on models that are very popular, and they make them so affordable that if a child says that he wants that model, then it is not that expensive to keep your child happy with one of these models. In another video we will be talking more about these two brands. Chapter 2. Cheap models. In the world of DieCast there are a lot of different models and brands, but by far the most known brands for their cheap prices are these two, Bibirago and Welly. In the Netherlands you can find Welly models even in the gas stations. They cost €10, so pretty cheap for a DieCast model that is not made for collectors, of course. But with these models you miss something. You want to see what is the next level of models. You want to be a collector. And there it is, the first time you walk into a DieCast store in search of some bigger and better models. This is where the collector is born. Chapter 3. The first expensive model. When you are a little bit older and your parents see the passion you have to collect these little cars, they will most likely take you to a DieCast store nearby. You walk in with your heart full of hope, and then there it is, all the DieCast that you can wish for, every model you could ever want, at the tip of your fingers. You spend a few hours looking around at all the amazing DieCast models, and then there it is, the model of your favorite car in full glory, made with a lot more care and detail than ever before. With a lot of begging your parents for it, there you have your first expensive DieCast model. In most cases these models are made by Minicamps or Auto Art. Chapter 4. Details before price. After you buy your first expensive DieCast model, you feel a rush of dopamine through your body, and you get an excitement that you never had before every time you look at the model in your room. After this instant, you start to want more expensive models. To have this feeling, you will want to work for the best of the best details, and the price will mean a lot less than the details of the models. At this moment you have become a real collector. You look for the best DieCast models that there are, and you see that there are even more brands with even better details than your Auto Art DieCast model. This is the first time you see BBR. You see the detail and love by BBR with every model. The focus on detail and materials is better than ever seen before by you. Then you see the price of these models. Most of them start at the minimum of €500. But you work hard and long for this, and you then have bought a BBR model for yourself. With a model like this in your home/room, you see that this model is a conversation starter, and that your friends love to see the details and the craftsmanship applied to this model. So this is the moment that you fall in love with the brand, and you want to devote all the extra money to buy more of these amazing models. You talk with passion of this brand, and you want to meet other collectors to talk about your passion. You start to follow the brand on social media, and you also join the small Facebook groups of other BBR collectors, and there you share your love for a brand. This is the moment that you start to collect most of the models produced by this brand. Chapter 5. Love for the brand. After a few models of the same brand, you get intrigued. How are the models made? What is the history of this brand? What type of models do they make? At this moment you start your research of the brand. You then see the passion that the brand has for the crafting of the models. You see the limited editions that the models are produced in. At this moment, you want to support the brand, and the way you know to do this is to buy all the models you see of these models. You start pre-ordering models, and you got abroad to find the models that are not available in your country. At this exact moment, you became one of the few ultimate collectors. Chapter 6. The Ultimate Collector. Now that you have a lot of exclusive models, most of those are very limited, and all of them have their own place in your heart. You have become the ultimate collector. At this moment in time, you probably live on your own. This way, you will invest in making a room, the ultimate DieCast room. In this room, you will showcase all your models with their amazing showcases, and you will buy a lot of luxury showcases. You will not be satisfied with a model that is not showcases at its best. You will not accept a bit of dust on your DieCast collection. These types of rooms are one of the most beautiful thing that a DieCast store can see/hear from a customer. The passion that these type of customers have is just the best. This is one of the reasons we have started a store after all. We want to help the collector to its collection. Chapter 7. Outro. We hope that you enjoyed this video and that we have inspired you to become an ultimate collector. We would also love to know in the comments, what type of collector are you at this moment, and what are your dreams of collecting into the future? We do help all collectors on every level. We have from cheap models to the most expensive models. Check out our store for a small overview, and don't be shy to come visit us in the Netherlands.